Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video of our Dart course. In this video, I want to talk about what are abstract classes and how we can use abstract classes with the help of inheritance in Dart. Now, if you haven't seen the previous videos, kindly watch them because in those videos, I have explained everything deciding from what are Dart variables to what are Dart functions and Dart classes. So this will be a higher level topic if you don't know anything about Dart. Right, so I am assuming that you have seen the previous videos, so let's get started. So right now here you can see I have got my body main method. Now let me zoom in a little bit. So right now what we will do, we will see the usage of abstract classes with the help of inheritance. Now first of all, let's try to define what is an abstract class. Now consider an abstract class as a base class for multiple classes. Now let's take an example that we have a class for all the users, let's say some admin and some normal user. Now what is happening here, we have some methods defined purposely for all the different type of users, that is an admin and another user can have a same method. So instead of writing the same method again and again, we define the method that we want to define in both of those methods in a single different class. Right, so whenever we want to not write, that is we don't want to write repeated code again and again, and we don't want to not provide implementation to different classes that we want, we use abstract classes. Now I know you won't be understanding everything about abstract classes in theory, so let's take an example. So right now what I'll do, I'll simply take an example. So let's declare a new abstract class. So to declare an abstract class, what you do, you simply use the keyword abstract. Right, with the help of this keyword, Dart interprets that the particular class, whatever we'll be writing, will be having some abstraction. So for that purpose, what I'll do, I'll simply say abstract class animals. Right, let's take an example of animals, and under this abstract class, this class will be same as the other classes. Right, there is no more difference than other classes. So to put it under perspective, what we can do here, under my animals method, that is my animals class, I'll create a new method known as hello animals. Right, I'll be going to extreme basics, and under this hello animals, I'll simply say print, let's say hello animals. Alright, so this is our simple method under abstract class of animals, that is hello animals. Now I'll create a new class here, let's say class, we can have a class of lion. Right, now what I'll do, let's have our braces here. Now what I'll do, I'll simply extend my lion with my abstract class. Now in this video we'll be learning about what is inheritance with extensions. Right, in second video, that is in another video, we'll learn about what is implementation of other classes. Right, so right now what I'll do, under my class lion, I'll simply extend this with nothing but simply animals. Right, so you can see I have simply extended my lion with animals because we know that lion is an animal. Right, now here under my animals, what I can do, I can simply say h, and the following what we call say a current decorator of animals will be automatically printed here. Right, here we are simply say hello animals. You can see it will be simply asking us to write some code here. Right, now normally we won't be writing our basic code here, so I can simply read this stuff from here, and here I will simply say print animals. Right, so I can simply copy this stuff and paste it here. Right, so now you can see my line is simply extended with animals, and here I have a method which is overriding this abstract class of animals with hello animals. Right, now what I can do, I can simply instantiate my lion class under my void main method. So if you have seen our previous videos, you know that to initiate the following class, we have to simply write the name of the class. Let's say not animals but lion under case, lion is equal to a new lion. Right, so we have a lion, and now if I simply say lion and press dot, you can see you will get the following method of hello animals. Now if I simply try to run the following program, so to run it, simply say dart run main dot dart, and if I run it out, you can see you will be getting the following method of hello animals. Now what we are doing here, with the help of our abstract class, we are simply saying that all the animals will be having the following property of hello animals. Right, whatever subclass, that is whatever child class will be extending our abstract class of animals will be having the following property of hello animals. Now you can simply say the following thing of hello animals, and you can also define more methods under it. So here I can say not a human. Right, now I am taking some random example, you can have your own example. Now once I do this, you can see if I simply say n, if I simply write n, the following pop-up will be up and ready of not a human, right? It will saying that my lion will be also having a method which will be overriding my abstract class of animals, and it will be the method calling not a human. Now I can do any sort of thing here. I'll simply say here print, let's say not a human, right? And now you guess it right. What we can simply do, I can simply say lion dot not a human, right? With the help of our not a human thing, we can simply print our not a human one more time, right? So these are the basics of abstract keyword and what is inheritance in Dart, right? Now what you can also do, you can simply use the following that is the inheritance without abstract keyword. If I simply remove this stuff and I simply say hello world one more time, you can see you will be getting hello world thing one more time without any errors, right? So right now you can see we have to simply implement this, and we also did this, right? But you may have observed, while we remove the following abstract keyword, we have to inherit the following superclass, which is we have to simply write super dot hello animals, right? So you can say undo this thing, and here I'll simply say print hello animals. And if I do this, and if I run the following script one more time, I'll simply get the message of hello animals and not a human. Now let's try to discover abstract classes with the help of inheritance with some more examples, right? So I can simply remove this stuff. These are some basic ones. Now what I'll do, I'll simply create a new abstract class, and I'll simply call it user address, right? I'll simply create an abstract class of user address, and under this I'll declare some properties. So let's say our user address class will be simply having a string of user country for now, and also one more property. So let's say one more property of user address type, right? We have two different members of our class, user country and user address type. Now what we can simply do, we can simply create a constructor. Now the constructor will be same as our normal constructor, there will be no major difference. So I'll simply declare a constant constructor because we have declared our value to be final. So here I will simply say user address, I'll say both of these values are required, right? So I'll simply say required this dot user country, and also require this dot user address type, right? And now what I'll do, I'll simply create a string function which will be having a data of string to be return type. Here I'll simply say get user address, right? So I am taking a primary example of which we will be using in Flutter, right? So here under get user address, what I'll say simply return, let's take an example of that is the argument of username. So I'll simply say it will be requiring a username for now. So I'll simply say username lives in user country. So to use the following user country, I can simply use this keyword. So for that, or a dollar quotation, I'll simply say this dot user country lives in India, for example, and let's say this dot user address type, right? Or instead of user address type, we can also say user address itself, right? So it will be more precise to us. So let's have the same difference everywhere. Now we have got our abstract class of user address, right? And after this, what I'll do, I'll simply create a new class of user, and it will be extending our abstract class of user, let's say user address. Now you may observe, as soon as I declare the following extension of user with user address, I need to add the following constructor, that is a super constructor having the values of user country and user address, right? Now what I also need to do, I'll simply declare a new final value here, let's say username, right? And now I'll be creating a common constructor. So for creating a common constructor, what you'll do, you'll simply add a class name, and under our class name, what I'll do, I'll simply say required, it will be requiring this dot username, and after this, what I'll do, I'll simply say it will be also having a property known as user country, right? And after this, I will be having one more property of user string, that did not require user but required string of user address, right? I have declared these properties, and what I'll do, after this I will be using a keyword known as super. What this thing will do, this thing will be super extending the properties of our abstract class with our base class of user, right? So to do this, what I'll do, I'll simply say user country will be nothing but a user country that we have just declared here, and after this, one more thing, it will be user address to be user address, right? User address, right? The errors are gone because we have used the following super keyword. Easy. Now after this, what I'll do, Let's go under our void main method, and I'll simply try to declare my user method, user class. Right, so to do that, what we have to do, we have to simply say here, let's say user A. Alright, user A is equal to new user. Right, and as soon as I do this, you can see I will be requiring the following properties. And now let's fill some demo values here, and let's say your country India and some address XYZ. Easy, we have got our new instance of our user. And now what I can do, I can simply say let's say string user address is equal to user A dot get user address. And now what I can do, I can say simply say user A dot user name. Easy, and after this what I can do, I can simply say print user address. Easy things. Now if I simply run the following script one more time, you can see we will be getting the following output of Abhishek lives in India at XYZ. Right, because you can see we have got an abstract class of user address which is having the following method of get user address, and also we have got a user class which has the following method, that is not a method but an extension of user address. Right, it also has a property of username. Right, and now what you can also do, you can also say you can create a new method of, let's say, string get user name. Right, and after this what I can do, I can simply say return let's say username lives at India. Right, so for that purpose I can simply say this thing. Right, and now what you can simply do, you can go at the top and you can simply say let's say string some data is equal to user A dot get username. Right, now it will require nothing because it will be simply carrying the data of username under its main instantiation. Right, and if I simply print some data, we will be getting the value of our username lives in user country. So if I run it out, I will be getting the following output of Abhishek lives in India. Now these are some basic examples of how our abstraction will be going on with implementation, with inheritance, with mixins, etc. and etc. Right, so I hope you have learned something new. Now let me try to explain one more time about what we have done so far. We have created an abstract class. What abstract class does, it provides the same method everywhere. For example, what I can do, I can also create a new user B class. It will be simply extending one more time with user address. Right, we can do the same thing here. If I simply hover over it, you can see you can easily create a constructor with the following implementation of VS Code. Right, it will be simply creating the following constructor. Now by default you will have to create the following constructor because your abstract class is also following the following properties, having a default constructor. So everywhere you will be extending your abstract class with any other child class, you have to declare a constructor with the following property, that is a following super keyword. It will be also creating a new property known as user address. Right, so you can create some other properties under user B and it will be simply using the same thing here. Right, so this is how the things will be going on, and I hope you have loved this tutorial. If you do so, kindly hit that like button on this video and I'll see you in the next one.